Victor Wembanyama isn't a household name, yet. The 18-year-old French pro baller is already a superstar in his native France and has recently come to the US to showcase his highly impressive stature and skills. Impressive enough to literally be called a future number 1 pick and possibly the single greatest prospect in NBA history. Here's why Victor Wembanyama is going to make NBA history. Who is Victor Wembanyama? In early October, prospectors, sports agencies, and basketball aficionados were treated to a week of intense basketball in 2 showcase games that provided plenty of perspective at how the 2023 NBA draft would turn out. Through 2 historic games, one player literally stood higher than everyone else, an 18-year-old French teenager with an 8-foot wingspan who stands 7 foot 4 inches, who is already being considered the most probable number 1 pick in the upcoming draft, and a once-in-a-millennium basketball prodigy. Who is this player who is said to be a league-altering talent, you ask? None other than Victor Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama is a 7'4" French professional basketball player who currently plays for the Metropolitans 92 team under the Betclic Elite Basketball League in France. As an explosive power forward with great athleticism and fluidity in his game, Wembanyama is already widely projected to be the first overall pick in the 2023 NBA draft. Born in 2004 in Le Chesnay, north central France, he grew up playing football as a goalkeeper and practicing judo. Of Congolese descent, his father, Felix Wembanyama, is a former long jumper. His mother, Elodie, and his older sister, Eve, also played women's basketball, with Eve being a professional player who was among the winning French team that won the gold medal at the 2017 FIBA U16 Women's European Championship. Aside from incredible genetics that provided his stature and build, Victor grew up in an environment that espoused their abilities in sports. He started playing basketball, coached by his mother at the young age of 4. By age 10, he had already begun his career at a local club, Entente Le Chesnay Versailles, and later into Nanterre 92, despite refusing offers from bigger clubs like FC Barcelona and Asvel. He did, however, get loaned to FC Barcelona for the Minicopa del Rey under-14 tourney in Spain, where he led the team in points and rebounds and into a steady 3rd place. In October 2019, Wembanyama made his pro basketball debut for Nanterre 92 at just 15 years old. This makes him the 2nd youngest player after Stefan Petkovic to play in the Euro Cup. In the 2020-2021 Pro A season, Victor Wembanyama was named the Pro A Best Young Player, which would open more doors for the young Cager. He has since signed a 2-year contract in 2022 with Metropolitans 92 of the Pro A League. Wembanyama was also part of the junior national team, as well as being on the roster of the France senior national team. Touted as being unlike any other, Victor Wembanyama is an incredible shooter from the perimeter, as well as having the sharpshooting prowess to hit the mark from beyond the arc. He also has impressive ball handling skills for a man of his length, much like Kevin Durant when on the ball, but with a more pristine touch and flow. He's fluid and graceful on the floor, which is remarkable considering how tall he is at 7'4". A great shot creator with excellent ball handling skills, a natural shot blocking instincts. Wembanyama is already being touted as a unicorn, with all eyes on the young man as gears are already churning towards the 2023 NBA draft. Within the first week of October 2022, Victor Wembanyama was among the notable players who joined NBA G League Ignite exhibition game, with Victor immediately leaving a mark to everyone who witnessed his size and ball prowess. Towering above all others at 7'4" makes one incredibly hard to miss, but with his abilities, he's done nothing but impress. At only 18 years of age, he doesn't need to leave his feet from the ground to block shots, with his 8-foot wingspan to swat away jumpers or poke the ball from would-be attackers to the rim. He has a lockdown mindset that has given him the nickname the French Mamba, with Wemby, as he is now being casually called, has a rather unstoppable and unblockable jump shot, that he most likely can make. In his first offering during the week-long display, Wembanyama put up 37 points, drilling 7 three-pointers against G League Ignite, with most shots made coming off from movement such as transition sprints, pick and pops, and step backs. During his second exhibition in Las Vegas, he displayed an even more well-rounded brand of basketball, dropping 36 points with majority of his shots made coming from drives inside the arc, post fadeaways, lobs, and poster dunks. Now, it can be said throughout the history of the NBA, we've witnessed some of the most breathtaking athletes to ever roam the planet with basketball, whether it's Michael Jordan or LeBron James, with their science-defying athleticism, or Wilt Chamberlain and Shaquille O'Neal, who defined what it means to be a big man who dominates in the paint. However, witnessing a tall-statured athlete with playmaking capabilities and shooting skills that get explosive from beyond the arc, having these set abilities from a mobile and agile more than 7-footer can be incomprehensible. This is what Wembanyama displayed during the 2-game exhibition week, a week what has now become known as Wembanyama Week. His freakish physical attributes of 7'4" at just 210 pounds make him seem like a skyscraper looking down at you. While already arguably being called the freakiest prospect ever with an 8-foot wingspan, we've never seen a player much like Wembanyama ever before, with many seeing him as a cross between Kevin Durant and Rudy Gobert, with the explosive power, skill shot ability, and ball handling prowess that make him seem like a Gen Z Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. This is why executives from around the league already agree that Wembanyama has the strongest potential to be picked number 1 in the upcoming NBA draft, while also already having the potential of being an NBA Hall of Famer. This upside of already being presumed as one of the greatest players ever to have played the game might even seem like an understatement to how impressive Wemby is. And while Victor himself admits that it's way too soon to anoint him as anything, his Vegas display of dominance has already been showcased on a worldwide stage, and everyone has taken notice. The king himself, LeBron James, considers Wembanyama a generational talent, saying everyone's been a unicorn over the last few years, but he's more like an alien. No one has ever seen anyone as tall as he is, but as fluid and graceful as he is on the floor. This is already validation to what people are saying, that Wembanyama is the most promising young player to enter the league since LeBron James did almost 2 decades ago. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski considers the 18-year-old Frenchman the single greatest prospect in NBA history, praising him as a transformative prospect that can not only add stock to whichever team acquires him, but also as a significant addition to the NBA itself. According to Woj, one team president mentioned to him that drafting Victor Wembanyama might add $500 million to the value of the NBA franchise, who picks up his name from the lot, with the generational talent able to change the NBA landscape with just his mere name inclusion. Wembanyama can shoot, he can handle, he can run the floor, and finish at the rim, and he is able to protect the basket with his wingspan and already carries himself like a superstar with a beyond 30-year-old mentality. Sure, we've seen one athlete after another being hyped over in the lead up to the draft, but the thing about this dude is that he actually has the capability of consistent production. We've seen talent from young overseas prospects who meagerly provide mediocre output, but Wembanyama has the explosive ability to provide step-back threes, step-back jumpers, while breaking ankles. He's already hitting shots and creating expressions at just 18. Imagine how explosive he can become once he gets into the NBA and begins to dominate. Victor Wembanyama is the penultimate effect of the modern league, where shots from above the arc are prominent, matched with size, height, and style that is currently packed into his 7'4" frame. Where will Wemby go? Victor Wembanyama will turn 19 right before the 2023 NBA Draft Night, and after stealing the show well enough in his team's exhibition against G League Ignite in early October, the 7'4" French phenom is certainly going to be picked first on draft night. Teams have already been anticipating this draft for years and has had Wembanyama on their scopes as soon as he becomes eligible. Many speculation from analysis affirm that Sam Presti and Oklahoma City have been accumulating first-round picks for this specific reason and are positioned fairly well to move up in the draft and acquire the talented big man for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Until draft night comes, we'll just have to wait and see. So, what do you think about why Victor Wembanyama is going to make NBA history? Let us know in the comments below.